You probably feel like you're paying too much for things these days.
Now, food prices soared to a record rate.
Now to more sticker shock at the grocery store.
One thing's for certain, inflation doesn't take a holiday.
But what if we're not paying enough?
I'm at a grocery store in Amsterdam that's jacked up their prices
37. I see 37 here.
for a reason. They're doing it to compensate those in the short end of the supply chain. The farmers who grow your bananas and are underpaid, the plantations whose soil becomes poor from farming, the communities which suffer from pollution. And who's picking up the check? Shoppers.
With great power comes great responsibility. So for that very tiny decision, for that tiny transaction, you take proportional responsibility. And if everyone does so, then you can actually create a sustainable economy.
So, would paying the true cost of goods actually make our economy more sustainable?
Ready?
Yeah. So Amsterdam is known for a lot of things, right? It's a city of canals, coffee shops, but it's also one of the cradles of capitalism and the modern economy.
This city was the heart of a Dutch colonial empire that profited from trade for hundreds of years since the 17th century. Around the same time, some of the earliest economists in Europe were trying to figure out why we pay for things the way we do. And why is it that water, something really important to our lives, a lot cheaper than diamonds? In the simplest terms,
a price is primarily the summary of all the information, the relative scarcity of some commodity on the market.
So there's a lot of demand as well as supply of water, and also a lot of demand, but not nearly as many diamonds.
and supply and demand plays out at every step of the way in a supply chain. Say, for a banana, it's sold by a farmer at one price, at another price by a wholesaler, and yet another price by a shop to a consumer. But economists have observed for a while that in a lot of these transactions, there's spillover effects that often aren't accounted for in prices. Think of all the CO2 emissions that are generated when a ship transports bananas from a producer in Peru to a shop in Amsterdam. Those greenhouse gases affect everyone on Earth, but most of them won't be enjoying any of those bananas or the profits generated from it. The technical term is negative externality. By one account, Americans spend more than $1 trillion a year on food, but that number goes up to $3.2 trillion when adjusted for the hidden costs. For decades, there's been different ideas on who should foot this bill.
And here's where the True Price Initiative wants to come in.
There's no free lunch when it comes to externalities. It may seem cheap, but somewhere someone is paying the actual price, and that's not fair.
Think of it as an invoice for social and environmental costs. The categories include underpaid wages, climate impact, land use, and water use. Compared to certifications like fair trade, where you either have it or you don't, true pricing tries to quantify varying levels of sustainability. The smaller the true price amount, the more sustainable a product is.
There's a lot of places that cause pain in society. And I think true pricing provides the information basis to know where is the pain points and where can we assure sustainability.
That information is right there on price tags in stores like the Aanzet.
So with this green pepper, it's like by far the biggest is like the climate impact.
Yeah.
It's 15 cents.
Yeah.
Here, true prices are mandatory. Either you pay it or you leave empty-handed.
Consumers like to pay for their own pollution, so you don't pay for somebody else, what you consume you pay for.
De Aanzet has raised almost 40,000 euros since starting true pricing in 2019.
Thank you very much.
And where does all the money go?
Ideally, the hidden cost of the bananas would go to the banana producer in Peru and the cauliflower to the Dutch farmer, but then the money would be really diluted. So we decided for now to bring the hidden cost or the money of the hidden cost to one of our farms where we get directly produced from.
In the last couple of years, true pricing has been adopted by several other cafes and stores across the Netherlands, including the country's largest supermarket chain, Albert Heijn. In a trial run, 15% of Albert Heijn shoppers voluntarily paid for it.
Could I have the receipt? I also need to expense it. It's on the company's dime to the banana. Thank you very much. Perfect.
I really believe it's only fair. It sort of gives me a good feeling too. I mean, I enjoy the products more.
I think you kind of have to be careful that you don't price yourself way too far from where your shoppers are.
So could something like this take off?
One of the downsides to true pricing is that it's actually really hard to get an accurate number.
It means gathering a lot of data, which needs exhaustive amounts of time and resources overseen by an objective third party.
The market prices of things are recorded because they were a transaction. The externalities are not themselves recorded. If there's methane emissions from cows, no one has counted them. In contrast, the quantity of beef, that's actually known.
When these externalities are calculated, it's based on averages, which doesn't accurately reflect the hidden costs of that specific banana you just paid for it. Another alternative is to go right to the heart of the problem.
Why don't you just tax the production of it, which is where that externality actually occurs?
Those could be the farm owners, the shipping companies, the food corporations, some of which are posting record profits in the midst of already high prices. And Skolta believes that corporations can also use true pricing to know more about their supply chains and address sustainability issues.
It's a mistake that true pricing is just for consumers. True pricing is also an information system for companies themselves. There's a lot of ability amongst large corporations to pay for the external costs.
Then there's shoppers at places like Aanzet, who are buying into the idea of true prices, even if it's a work in progress.
And even if it's not a one-size-fits-all solution that everyone, everywhere can afford.
We'll never have the perfect true price any more than we'll have the perfect truth about anything. But we can get a lot truer, a lot more accurate, and a lot more useful through this kind of initiative.
You're starting this movement in a city which essentially benefited a lot from exploitation, from trade and wealth.
It's not a coincidence, I'd say, that this movement has a strong, let's say, Dutch root, because in the Netherlands, this economy is benefiting a lot, but is not paying the price. The price is paid somewhere else. And I think we have the ability, the wealth, to actually restore, compensate, and also prevent further damage.
It's a broader way of thinking about what we eat and the real cost of doing business.
Hey, thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one, and check out some of our other videos here.